Poland has referred a controversial new law about its role in the Holocaust to a constitutional court for possible amendments. The law makes it illegal to accuse Poland of crimes committed during the Second World War. Now, the right-wing Law and Justice Party, which proposed that law, says Poland cannot be blamed because it didn't exist as a nation during the war. It was invaded by the Soviet Union from the east, invaded by Germany from the west, and then it was partitioned. There was no national Polish government. 6 million Poles died during the war. About half of them were Jews who were killed in those notorious concentration camps. The law has been condemned by Israel, the United States, and many other countries. They believe it's an attempt to cover up atrocities and to shirk responsibility. Rabbi Pinchas Goldschmidt has been critical of this new law. He is the chief rabbi of Moscow and also the president of the Conference of European Rabbis. He says this new law, quote, cannot change or expunge history, and that it's really an affront to the memory of the millions of victims. Rabbi Goldschmidt joins me now from Moscow. Rabbi, explain those comments to me, why you are upset with this proposed law.
Hi, Sohana. The law, part of the law is acceptable, meaning I understand the Polish people when some people say the Polish death camps or extermination camps. I understand that this is a wrong statement. These were German Nazi death camps, but they were placed in Poland. All the gas chambers were in Poland. Now, the problem we have with this law is with the second part of the law, where it says that either Poland or accuse Polish people of being responsible for the Holocaust. Yes, we agree with the statement that Poland was occupied, the Polish government of exile was in London. However, the historical record shows that while on one hand, over 6,000 Polish nationals received the highest honor of the righteous among the nations of Yad Vashem of the Israeli National Memorial Institute for saving Jews. There were tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of Polish nationals who were the helpers of the Nazis and helped the Nazis kill the Jews in Poland. I was last week in Rome at the conference against anti-Semitism called by the OECD, and one of the main speakers was himself a Polish survivor, Chief Rabbi Israel Lau, who is the chairman of Yad Vashem. And he asked one question: who put us in the trains? It wasn't the Germans. So I believe that this law is going to be totally counterproductive. The truth is known, the truth is going to come out.
So what do you think Poland's motivation is?
I think it's part of the political discourse of trying to say that the Poland was the victim and all Poles were victims. It's trying to paint the world into white and black colors, but it's not black and white.
So what will you be doing then as this moves forward? Do you have a plan to make your voice heard to those in Poland?
I proposed to the Polish government, and so did our colleague, the Chief Rabbi of Poland, Michael Szydrych, that the Polish government should call for a commission of experts, historians, eminent historians, who should check the history of Poland during World War II, during the Holocaust. That's number one. Number two, I think what will happen, and this is exactly, it's going to be the counter-reaction, in many different places in the world, you're going to have conferences of historians discussing the history of the Holocaust in Poland. I know, for example, that here in Russia, the Russian Jewish Congress is planning to have a conference on anti-Semitism this coming October, and they just plan to include a special session regarding Poland during the Holocaust.
I want to thank you for your time, Chief Rabbi. I appreciate it, and I know there'll be much more on this story.
Thank you.
Chief Rabbi of Moscow, Pinchas Goldschmidt.